And we have the built right dash bracket. Not tight, but I'm about to remove it. Man, I think it fits very snugly on there. I'm going to remove this, and we're going to install the high-speed mount dash mount. Put button heads on the top, which makes my install of the high-speed mounts extra easy, because the lower bracket, sub brace, all that kind of stuff is already hard mounted to the dash. So all I need to do to install the high-speed mount piece is undo these button heads, take it over to my workbench, lay everything out, bring it back out here, mock it up, make sure I get the pitch of the Starlink the way I want it, my phone mount, the magnetic mic mount, all that kind of stuff, laid out, balanced the way I want it to live with it on my dash, and then take it off, tighten everything back up, reinstall the Starlink, and we're done. Also, we're going to run a cable right down through here, down into here. For right now, I'm going to run 12 volts. All right, top of the dash plate is off. I'm going to sneak in here real quick to see if I can give you a good view of it. So this is the lower bracket. Then there's also a dash bracket that goes below all the plastic. Man, there's no room for air on this thing. It's almost pushing up against my speaker grill. You can see that it's not wanting my speaker grill to fully kind of nest down in here. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, that's gonna drive me absolutely freaking bonkers. So we gotta fix that somehow. Might have to take everything out to do that, but no big deal. That's life. One truck is gonna be different from the next one, and so on and so forth. So you know, these trucks are built one at a time. These mounts are built one at a time. My mounts are built one at a time. So there's always going to be slight variations vehicle to vehicle. So no big deal. I'll take it out, adjust things as needed for my truck, and then put it all back together and hopefully get rid of that, because that off-road will make my eye twitch. All right, took the B&O speaker cover off. Dear Ford, I love you, but please stop cheapening your trucks. Older models, this was a very nice, solid, stable piece of plastic right here. This thing looks like it was not even made by Mattel. It looks like a something else. Anyway, this rattles from factory right there. Off-road, this is going to drive me absolutely freaking crazy. And because these indent and push down, that means this thing here doesn't fully clip, creating a vibration. So we've got a hole drilled. Gotta get all the shavings out of here still. But we got a hole drilled right here. I fed just a, I don't know, USB cable down there. Found it right here. Tied the Starlink cable to it. And now we just fish. All right, pull that guy through there. I'm just gonna leave it long for a minute, and then I will reinstall. I'm gonna clean all this up, blow it out, get all the shrapnel out of here from drilling, and button it all back up. Thing's legit. Okay, now I got the built right bracket on my workbench. I'm going to kind of just mock it up, center it, and then I'm going to install one of our carriage bolts from the bottom, just loosely, so I can go walk out to the truck again and test fit it, make sure I get the angle where I want it. Okay, also when you're setting this up, you want to remember the Starlink is kind of V'd in the middle, so it's fully inside of our mount, but you've got the carved out section here or here, however you want to install it. It'll fit both ways on this mount, but you don't want to put a bolt right smack in the middle, because it'll wind up hitting that V and basically just wanting to rock back and forth. It won't seat correctly in the mount. So you want to use some of these outer areas. That the furthest out you have, the more clearance you have. So here are ideal on the area that is carved out on the back of the Starlink where your plug goes in. you have more room. So if you want something in the middle, just make sure it's kind of in that area. Yeah, I'm going to put one in just as a tester to hold it. I don't want to press it all the way in, but what you do is you put the carriage bolt, make sure your countersinks are facing you. Nothing sucks than having to retake everything off and fix that. So carriage bolt up, use these press nuts or star nuts, kind of rock it on there like that. You grab your trusty 10 mil and just press it down. And that locks our bolt to the bottom. So you don't have to go fishing and trying to get a bolt out. And you also don't need an extra tool because you don't need a tool down here. This is locked in here. So it makes, once you have this thing installed, set it down there, put a nylock and a washer on there, and boom, your Starlink's installed. Didn't get back from work till late where I could mess with this thing. But what I need to do, I think, for my truck is I'm going to shim it to try to get it to sit a little more flat. The dash of my old truck, or the older F150s, and I say older, it was a 22, so like 21 to 23, and some 24s have the dash that does this on both sides, so it tapers down. The dash itself is much flatter. I kind of like it more, to be honest with you, but this is what I've got now. So I want the Starlink to sit as flat as possible. I want to make sure I don't rub on the dash, which it currently is, so I'm going to move it back one notch, line it back up. Now I can get it to sit flat on the front, and then I'm going to shim the rear up just a little bit to kind of flatten it out a little bit, just because I think it'll look better. That's how it's going to sit, right about there. That does shoot straight through the windshield, guys. You don't have any issues. I ran this for 5 or 6 months on my 22 Raptor. Live stream, tons of off-road runs. It worked awesome. We sell the heck out of these things. So what I'll tell you here is take your little grinder and cut a slot right here for your power cord. Hey, Built Right would love. A lot of guys put USB plugs in here to run their phones, their tablets, whatever they want to put up here. It'd be really cool if you guys would put an oval. On our Starlink mounts, we put 3 of them for you because we don't know what you're installing it on. We want to make it pretty universal. So we put 1, 2, 3, so you have enough room to run a power cable, Starlink cable, whatever you want when you're running our mount. It'd be really, really cool. Next time you guys do a revision, if you would just add a double slot somewhere in here, or a vertical circle or something like that, just to put some type of power cord, whether it's a Starlink or any other charging device, in here or here. Be super cool. Anyway, power cord up through there. Don't forget, that'll suck. You take it all apart if you forget. Take this off for now. All these are kind of gently pinned on there. And start reassembling. Your cable is going to want to back its way out. Look at mine, it's trying to kill itself and fall back in the hole. Lengthen that out again. You get halfway through, you realize that stupid thing snaked back down in there, and you'll be cursing and moaning. Screen here. There you go, that's better. Anyway, this is what we have now to work with, so we'll modify our part to make it work with the Ford piece, but that sits pretty flat. I did use a 1/4 inch shim on the back too to flatten it out because this dash slopes down. So we'll see how I like it tomorrow as I'm driving around.